Hello, welcome to Dire Bear Adventuring Company. It's Tuesday, that of course means it's our Espergenesis campaign, Holocaust of the Ekajati. I'm your GM for the evening, Jason, from over at the Nerd Eternal Network. And playing with me tonight will be Sarah playing Cat. I'm afraid she's alone on cams with me tonight. Off cams, we've got Zach playing Francis, Anna playing Jade, Eric playing Adrian Steele, and Patrick playing Hull. Assuming that beeping I heard coming in was Patrick.
That would be correct.
Alright, Patrick's here. Excellent. I had no doubt you would be here. I just didn't know if you were here yet. Now, as we left off last week, I believe you were guests on someone else's ship.
Guest is a loose term here.
It's almost the exact term they would use, though.
We were forcibly invited aboard.
Aggressively invited.
That doesn't sound good.
No.
I mean, he did say, please leave your weapons on the floor. Please come with us.
Yes.
And let's see, I cannot remember. I don't believe your hosts had exactly identified themselves.
I know exactly who they are. Actually, we did not. They did not. However, let's call him Steve for the time being, the Primordian who showed up.
Oh, that's right. Yes. I was about to forget that. Let's see, what was... I don't think he had given him his actual individual name. But yeah, he did identify them as a Shadow Technocracy. Ah, there's my notes. And yes, he was clearly a Primoran. Primoran? How do I pronounce that?
Morgan.
P-R-I...
Morin, that's correct.
Primoran, yeah, Primoran. Right.
It's your game, Jason.
Yes, but I'm using an actual language for most of these names, so
Ah,
I get iffy on the pronunciation sometimes. But as I recall, Hull had made a deal with the Technocracy for the release of his friends, because he's a good boy. You know, basically half up front, and then half, I guess, after he started working with the Technocracy again. Or no, half after he started telling them what was going on. They know you've been investigating something strange. They have some footage from some stuff you've done, but they can't make heads or tails of it. They want to know. They want to know what's going on. Their main goal, the reason they were looking at you guys at all, was they wanted Hull back, since apparently they have created him. Hull is an Ashen Forged. They're all artificially created beings. That's not a surprise to anybody. But and let's see, you had sent... Had you sent a bunch of the fighters back? Who was it exactly that you had sent back to the ship?
it was Cat.
Cat, Jade, and Adrian.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So it was you, or Hull, Francis, and Jim that were still imprisoned.
Correct.
We're not gonna be getting far. None of us know how to fly the ship.
That did come up, yes. Well, you know, you've watched Jim do it. I'm sure you could try.
Yeah,
Has anybody seen that scene in Galaxy Quest where the pilot's taking the ship out for the first time. That's what I'm picturing. All of you are standing around the controls trying to figure it out, and you're just scraping the side of their dock as you leave.
As big of a ship as described, we should be okay once we get out of the garage. Just doing much of anything else will be interesting.
Yes, assuming they have pulled your ship into some of the docking bays that you had seen along the side of the ship. Yeah. They came in varying sizes, but as long as they put you in one of the big ones, the roustabout won't have any trouble. Alright. Sorry, just a second. I'm having kind of camera issues. Oh, well. Let that program go. Alright. So, yeah. So, they were marching 3 of you off back to the ship. Let's see. You had the Primorian shot one of the guards. I believe that was it. I believe you heard blaster fire from outside. The door opens. There was a gun in your face. So, when you find out this guy's a Primorian. And was actually trying to cut a deal with you, if I recall.
Yes. Essentially, he wants our help taking them out. Because they also... Because apparently the technocracy also poses a threat to them.
Right. You guys knowing about their people is bad enough. Somebody like the technocracy that's got all that tech, all that funding, all those contacts. Yeah, that's like their worst case scenario. At least that's the impression you've got from him. He hasn't quite said that much, but he is more than willing to let the rest of he's more than willing to let you guys go, and for others to deal with y'all later. To take these guys out now. Before they can relay information to anybody else. And I believe Adrian had just told on him.
Yes.
He had let your little samurai-looking friend know, and...
Okay, I'm back now that I can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me now?
Yeah, I was only getting like every fourth word of what you were trying to say.
Anybody else have it?
Every now and then, you've been cutting out a bit for me.
Anybody
Done
else?
with their first
I
quest.
was assuming it was just my connection.
Well. Oh, well, nothing to do but carry on. So, anyway, I was saying, Adrian, I believe you had just as the session was ending, I believe Adrian was telling on Hull's new Primorian friend.
Not as such. What he said is, I would get down there if you want Hull to still be.
Right, because at that point, the guy just still had the gun out.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, they were allowing you to load up on your ship. Samurai guy and his boys turned around and headed off. He got on his comms. And I think the red alert lights may have just gone off. If I didn't say that last time, I'm saying it now. You actually have a little alert thing start sounding off.
Okay.
And so you on board the roustabout. What are you planning to do? There are a couple of guards in the hangar bay with you. Other than that, they seem to have stopped paying any attention to you. And like I said, you are on the ship. You're up the gangplank of the ship now.
Mm-hmm.
if it's at red alert or whatever, can we even get off if we move the ship?
You're not really sure. You'd have to get on the radio probably and find out who the, I guess, flight control is.
Hmm.
So is that what y'all gonna do, or?
Nah, Adrian's gonna duck back into the ship,
Okay.
and he's gonna go see what Yanni's doing.
All right. So you're not gonna be visually looking through his eyes.
Yep.
All right. Go ahead and throw Yanni out on the map. Oh wait, I forgot. I haven't moved y'all back over the ship yet.
I
bad.
rolled 20. He said I hadn't gotten back into the map yet.
Cat's just gonna wait.
All right.
Yanni is on that map.
Yeah, I just threw him down.
No.
And then for some reason I can't interact with the flipping. Ah, there he is. You can set him wherever you want him. I just threw him down there on the map.
Nah, he's chilling over there
No.
by holes.
All right. Let's see. I believe.
So is this guy dead, or is this guy the? Let's call him Steve for the time being.
I just threw an X up over the dead one.
All right.
Hmm.
All right. So you're seeing the tail end of this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Where he's basically talking about, the technocracy is a much bigger threat or potential threat. He may have actually used the word annoyance, or that they were as big a threat as any of you people could be a threat. Now, Patrick, had you agreed to anything by the end of the last session?
That happened. They said we were setting the alarm, and then we sort of fade to black
All right.
there.
So he's sitting there. So what do you say, fella? A chance for you and all your buddies to get out? You just have to help me disable this ship.
First thing we'll need to do is to free my compatriots.
All right. But just to be clear, we've got a deal then, right?
First off, cat. Second off,
First off, what?
I heard the cat in the background. So.
Oh.
Let's see.
He pulls out like a little security card. I can let him out. I just got to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Considering what these guys represent, both to me and what they plan to do, truce and treaty for now.
Fair enough.
Say at which point Adrian's voice comes out of nowhere with Yanni said, "And I would hurry, you tripped the alarm."
Yeah, he tripped the alarm. I was wondering what could have caused that. Francis, your door suddenly... you see him reach back, swap in front of Francis's door. Francis, your door opens.
Oh, joy, more visitors. Wait, are you letting us out?
You notice across the hallway, Hull's door is open. And this troop is holstering his pistol.
We have an unsteady alliance with the Rainbow People, as it seems.
He's like, Rainbow
Oh,
people?
fuck!
Oh, God,
Great.
please tell me you're not calling us that.
Only
Premorans.
when
We're
we
called
get annoyed
Premorans.
with you.
If you don't know that, I'll give you that one for free.
No, we know you're the Premoran. We just call you the Rainbow People when you particularly annoy us.
Considering how many times your people have tried to kill us,
Alright, alright.
While this is going on, Kat's gathering up the weapons from where they were left, probably inside the ship, preparing to hand them
Yeah,
out.
in the, one of the lower side, dock, cargo holds, I think.
Yeah, she's gathering them back up, getting ready to hand them back to their owners. She's already got hers.
Yeah, like I mentioned last week, they were all still laying there. They hadn't bothered to clean your ship for you.
Jerks.
Your buddy. Let's see. I don't have any names written down on this page. So I'm assuming he never identified himself. But he walked down the hallway. He swaps the thing. Lets Jim out. Alright, come on, get out. You see Jim kind of stick his head out.
I've actually come over to Jim. We're getting out of here.
Oh, sweet. Who's this guy?
Good news, bad news. He's here to help us escape. Bad news, he's a Premoran.
Then why is he helping us escape?
Because unfortunately the Shadow Technocracy also threatens them.
Oh. So he's looking at us as the like lesser of evils or something. Or I guess if they're the bad guys, we're the lesser of goods?
Yeah, I think we reached that enemy of my enemy moment.
Okay. So basically don't trust him, but we're working with him right now. I got you.
And also, during that time, Francis, I'm pretty sure this guy is armed.
Yeah, I suppose Francis will just take the gun.
Let's say you mean was armed.
Alright, what is he armed with? He has a warblade. He has a heavy pistol. Okay, burst fire would be something he would do with the pistol. Alright, so that's basically what you got access to is a warblade and a heavy pistol.
I offer the whole Warblade to Hall.
I take it. I don't necessarily need it.
Better to have it, not need it, than need
Yeah.
it, not have it.
Just to ask, what I have to assume is a suppression field in these fine little cells, because you said you didn't feel like very powerful while within it.
Yes, you would assume that it was a. There is an Esper ability that does essentially the same thing, or essentially is what was going on in those cells, but it's I forget what they call it. It's basically anti-magic field.
So I can feel my drones now?
Yes, you can interact with your drones directly now. Now, are they something you carry around with you, or are they like part of your rig that kind of morph out of it?
They actually are a part of my rig.
Okay. So you would have access to them then.
Alright, good.
But yeah, whatever effect that is in the cells is not hindering you any in the hallway.
I turn to our Mr. P, then. Did you ever give this guy a name?
If you ask him, he tells you to call him Marcus.
Marcus, do you have an overall layout of the ship?
Let's see. He flicks a few things on his data pad on it. He's got on his wrist or built into his gauntlet. He kind of flicks a couple of files at you, and it's not a super detailed. It's not a schematic of the ship, but it gives you a pretty decent map of where the important areas are, where the docking bays are.
It's the mall map, essentially.
Basically, it'll get you where you need to go. But it's not going to tell you things like, where important terminals are, or where power conduits are, that kind of thing. He does have which dock the roustabout is in.
First off, let's start heading that way. And two, I basically speak out loud to Adrian and say, Can you give us a better layout of the ship? Essentially, I'm asking Adrian to basically hack the system, see if he can find out where are the important parts.
Okay.
I can certainly try.
Because while we're on board, if we start actually heading towards the docking bay, that would be our first.
Would a cat know how? Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Are you still there?
I didn't hear that.
I heard,
yes.
You got as far as first, and then we didn't hear nothing for a minute.
Okay. The reason why I want to look up the more detailed ship schematic, because if we head towards the docking bay, and I'm thinking about it, that'd probably be where they put the most guards. If we can do some damage while we're in here, that's going to draw security away from there, thus giving Kat, Jade, and Adrian better time to actually, basically, in other words, rendezvous with us, do more damage. Or, now that I'm thinking about it, can you just turn the guns on in that thing and start shooting?
Oh, they could definitely shoot the guns while inside the docking bay. Now, how much damage that's going to do as far as the overall ship, as opposed to just wrecking the,
Docking bay, yeah.
Oh, and it would definitely get some people's attention.
Part of me wonders if we can somehow manage to vent the atmosphere of the entire ship. Just take it.
We've done that before.
We will not speak of that Star Wars game again. Mostly because I think we went over it last week in some detail.
Would Cat know enough about ships to at least get the roustabout started and kind of prep to leave?
Give me a... Well, I don't know why I'm about to look at your sheet. Half the skills aren't even on there. Let's see. I think mechanics would probably be this one.
So, wisdom?
Yes, I think wisdom goes with mechanics. Let's see here.
Okay, give me 1 second to find
Yes,
a
wisdom.
wisdom skill.
Okay. Hey, it takes you a minute of fiddling around. You're pretty sure you can do it because you've seen Jim do it a time or two. And
Nothing blows up. So.
Is there
nothing
a way
blows
I
up. Eventually, you hit a switch and the lights start coming back on. Because when they docked it, they had powered it down. So you have got the power turned on. You know, you hear the life support kicking in. Though even in its more or less powered down state, it was on at a minimum level.
Yeah. She just kind of wants it mostly ready to go. She has a feeling they're going to be trying to escape here quickly.
You're pretty sure the engine. You're pretty sure you've got the engines warming up now, and hopefully not like a countdown
She'll
to fire
physically
up.
go down to the engine and look and be like, "Is this on?"
You put your hand up on it. Okay, it's getting warmer. We're good.
Is there any way I could have assisted her with that?
Let's see.
Said it was wisdom, right?
You could probably have given her advantage on it.
Yeah. Too late.
Even if I'd
yeah.
gotten an advantage, it wouldn't have been fantastic. It would have just still been a 12.
Oh yeah. Considering the way she rolled, yeah. All right. So, the folks that are on the roustabout, are you planning to meet up with the rest of the party? Are you going to just start randomly shooting? Let's see if we can hit people with the ship.
I don't think it's a good idea.
Well, we're still kind of in the plotting, planning, and scheming stages right now, so...
Well, the guys on the ship, this is interesting since you're both on the ship. Hull's group, we'll go Hull's group and Cat's group.
Alright.
Alright, Hull's group, you guys need to get moving. Marcus is very firm on that. You need to get moving.
Alright. And I asked Adrian, have you been able to hack in the ship and give us some idea of its critical systems?
I can give it a shot, but I can't promise anything. Depends on how well prepared they were.
Knowing them probably very well, that it's at least worth a shot.
It's going to be a contest.
Cat, Jade, be prepared to watch the door and/or shoot guns.
Cat goes back down to the kind of the gangway that they came back in and is just kind of around the corner with a gun, ready to shoot anything that's not their crew.
He'll activate his black hat protocols.
Okay.
He's going to try to the system.
Okay. Give me a roll then.
Nice.
24.
Alright. That is, let's see. Intelligence check using the hacker's kit versus the owner's channeling or forging DC. Alright, you said you got a what now? Let me flip over where I can see. Oh yeah, you beat that pretty handily. Alright. So you are in, you have gotten through their security. Give me another computer use. And tell me what exactly it is you are trying to get to.
That's a 15, but he's trying to tail me out of the ship.
Okay. Now, do you have advantage on all computer use rolls?
Yep.
Is that because of your hacker's kit, or was that something Black Hat gave you?
Black Hat.
Let's see. Okay, that's to help with the breaking the security. Data encryption or security. This is just you're going through the files to see what you need.
Oh.
Alright. You pull up a schematic of the ship without too much trouble. That was not something they had super secure. Their security was decent. They had some Esper. What was it they used? Program trigger, magnetic seal. I forget which one it was. I know that's. They had one of the. They were using Esper abilities to secure it, but low level ones.
Say, irregardless, Black Hat at my current level, I ought to go through.
Yeah, as long as you use it at that higher rank, yeah.
Well, it's as a Cybermancer, the rank automatically goes up as I level. I automatically use everything I do at its maximum ranking.
Okay.
So any power I use is ranked regardless of what it is.
That's right, because you're more of a, to compare it to D&D classes, you are more of a warlock than a mage. Okay. Shortly after you get the schematic, though, you realize someone is trying to boot you out. Someone has noticed you're in the system and is operating against you. Give me another computer use roll. This one will be opposed by them.
He's gonna quick send that to Yanni, have Yanni give it pull.
Okay.
And since I'm combating security, another 24.
Alright, they're having no luck getting you out of the system.
Okay.
You figure they had to be pretty good to notice you, but their attempts to boot you are, well, they were just kind of feeble.
Now, using that map, since I have a copy of it myself, what would be the most vulnerable section of the ship that computer-wise could get destroyed?
Oh, let's see. If you cause the ship-wide computer system itself to crash, that kind of nixes everything. That would wipe data. They wouldn't be able to go anywhere until they got it fixed.
Would we be able to get out?
The docking bay you are in has a force shield, basically. The door itself is open with a shield. Think Star Wars when you have the big... as opposed to a lot of the stations you've been in where they've got actual doors that open and shut. This is a little higher tech than some of the back, kind of backwater worlds y'all have been to. The tech exists out there to the general public, but not your average station doesn't use it a whole lot. Now, you also know the computer system would probably be compartmentalized. There's going to be really good security on that. Other areas that could hinder somebody, just shutting down the internal security system might make it easier to run around. You could potentially do something with engineering to, screw around with the ship's power plant. Give me... Let's see. You got the schematic. Give me an intelligence roll looking at the schematic. To see if you can figure out anything else. 19. Something that catches your eye is... It's a subsystem just called Shadow. You poke around in it and you realize that it is some kind of cloaking system. Cloaked ships aren't really a thing, generally speaking, though there have always been rumors that the Shadow Technocracy has a cloaked space station that they operate out of.
Yeah, I'm getting the vibe the Shadow Technocracy are basically Cerberus, aren't they?
Or basically what?
Cerberus from Mass Effect.
Did not play enough Mass Effect to really know.
Ah.
They're kind of Hydra in space. Hydra,
Gotcha.
Cobra, any of those kind of organizations. With a little bit, a little bit of Illuminati thrown in. With just enough evidence of their existence that, your police groups and kind of law and order types believe they exist. So maybe Spectre from James Bond would be a good way to talk about them. Because they will go out and blatantly do some stuff, but then a lot of their stuff is kind of sneaky behind the scenes kind of stuff too.
So with that, could I steal the schematics for that cloak device and disable?
The schematics you got would... You don't have a full schematic like you could just take it and go out and build one. It's mostly for how to repair parts and replace parts, but not necessarily how each of those parts work. What you do notice is that it's got a not an exotic power source exactly, but the power source has to take in... It's hooked up to the main power core of the ship, but they have to do a lot of hinky things with the power as far as like stepping it up and down. The cloaking device has an area almost the size of the ship's power plant that it takes up with all this equipment to regulate the power. Apparently, looking at the schematics, any fluctuation is apparently a problem. There's all sorts of redundancies to keep the power stable.
Okay. Yanni is going to phase and start double timing it in that direction.
Okay.
Speaking of double timing it, what would be more of a backtrack way from our location back to the shuttle, or to a sensitive systems that we might be able to damage en route back to the roustabout?
Okay, Marcus tells you he can take you through the what did they call them? In Star Trek, you had the little tubes the engineers would run through to fix stuff.
Oh,
I am blanking on the term now.
literally just service conduits.
Yeah, basically the ship has got its main corridors, and then you've got the Jeffries tubes. That's what they were calling in Star Trek. Yeah.
You asked Chris, didn't you?
I don't think she heard you.
No. I was like blanking on it for 5 seconds. I'm like, I know this.
Yeah, then if anything Star Trek happens, I know your husband's all like, me!
But basically, it's very narrow, very narrow hallways that the engineers use. Then all the walls are panels where they can get into, the stuff. The average corridors of the ship are actually pretty spacious. More so than you would think from the hallway outside the prison. So Marcus takes you
And-
through there.
And mechanics roll, seeing if I can essentially just trying to see, since we're going to the service conduit, try to see if anything looks familiar so I can get a layout. Like, what does this run to?
Okay, give me a mechanics roll.
Hold on. Didn't add the bonuses. It will be a 1925. We're at that plus 6.
That's pretty good. You see the power conduits that you know would run eventually to the main conduit and back to the power generator. You see some that you don't. They seem to be running from somewhere in the center of the ship to kind of the outside hull. You're not sure what they do. I mean, there's plenty of things you see that you figure it could be this, it could be that. These are just kind of odd. You don't have a clue what they could be doing. The style of the technology is familiar to you. As opposed to if you were on a ship built by one of Francis's people. Different races have slightly different styles and how they do things. This is set up like what you're used to from
working at the old station.
Yeah, from when you worked at the station. From these service corridors, Marcus tells you can get just about anywhere. There won't be a lot of the engineering crew using them during a red alert, unless areas of the ship start taking damage. Having said that, Marcus, as y'all are traveling, Marcus still winds up having to shoot one or two engineers, of the engineers that he sees. He seems to do so without any hesitation.
Well, we know from experience they're not nice people, but considering who we're dealing with, it's like shooting a Hydra agent. Yeah, he was probably a bad guy to start with.
Yeah.
And since I actually have access to my drones, at least my Esper abilities, I'll go ahead and pop my robot friend.
Okay. So Killbot is out and about.
No, not Killbot, the new guy.
Oh, what does the new one do?
That's the Forged Construct.
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
Because he basically lasts for 24 hours unless I need him. But he's essentially a backup if we need them.
Yeah, he's got a blade attachment, a auto pistol, or a pistol. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so Patrick, as far as sabotaging the ship goes, where would you like to try to hit? Marcus is pretty sure he can get you anywhere.
First thing we're going to need to do is deal with any ship-mounted weapons. Because if we're going to have to get out of this, we don't want them just blowing us up.
Okay. You know that would require some computer. That's really more of a hacking thing because you could run for you'd probably need to run around to every gun and physically disable it, which on a ship this big is not, not something you could reasonably do in the time you're going to have.
Yeah.
Now, you've got some computer skill too. You could try to hack stuff. But I don't think you have the advantage of like Adrian's black hat and stuff like that.
Yeah.
As far as big things you could get to, Adrian, have you been able to share any of the information you've gotten with anybody else? Or are you disconnected from Yanni at the moment?
Well, before he sent Yanni off, he sent the map data to Hull, but other than that, no.
Okay. So, let's see. Hull would know that the power station would be something you could hit that would disable a lot of stuff. You might be able to set it to overload, though. Of course, you're dealing with something that's got fail safes to prevent that sort of thing. So,
Yeah.
it would be doable. It would be difficult. Where temporarily shutting down the power or causing it to go into a constant
Reset.
not reset, where it's self-diagnosis. Where it keeps checking itself. Get it stuck in a loop like that where it's not really generating enough power to run the ship. Something like that is more doable, though of course they would fix it eventually. And like I said, if you think the dice like you could always try to make it blow up. Yeah, you could also try to vent the atmosphere, but there's going to be backups for that. Sections of the ship that'll drop physical doors.
You said we have access to the power conduits, correct?
You had access to some of the you haven't run across the main one yet. You've seen some of the ones that branch off to power different sections. Like if you tore into any wall of a building, you're going to have some of the power lines running through it.
Yeah. Actually, now that I'm actually saying this, since we have access to the more detailed map, can we actually see the whole ship now?
No.
Okay.
I do not have a ship map big enough to cover this one.
Okay.
I am literally using bits and pieces of other ship maps and whatnot.
Gotcha.
Because my source for these maps, they all his designs have to fit on one or two sides of a poster.
Unless we see Oz from behind the curtain. Anyway.
Basically.
Alright. I'm going to try to sabotage at least local subsystems. If I can find access to the weapons, or at least a way to... might not be able to activate individual systems, but could I at least disable the sensors and or targeting, which would basically, if they try to target us, they wouldn't be able to aim the guns.
Okay. That would still be a computer use. If you were trying to hit all of them. If you just want to hit the guns kind of in this quadrant of the ship or so, you could probably make a mechanic roll to see if you could find which conduit you'd need to cut, basically. Just to cut power to them.
Okay, I'm gonna try I'm gonna try the computer use roll to be able to disable basically all of them, but as a backup, I'm gonna try the mechanics roll to basically prevent the local gun from being able to hit us.
Alright.
Alright. Starting with the mechanics roll first.
Okay, with a 22, you figure out, which power couplings you would need to disconnect to cover, kind of a wide section of the ship. Let's see. Those sections would have emergency backup as far as, keeping lights and gravity on. But yeah, you figure out where to cut to disable the computers running the guns. At least temporarily. It's not something that's going to take a real long time for them to fix once they figure out what has happened.
And next, the computer use roll, which is not as good.
You're going to need to give me one roll to get past their security.
Which, that probably not.
Let's see. Oh. No, because that's the exact number you need to roll versus the user, but they've got that. Which Esper ability was it?
Basically, where they win ties.
Yeah, they've got their Adrian has basically done something to make the system more secure. Something that Black Hat let Adrian bypass. So you realize you hacking this computer is going to be pretty difficult.
Gotcha.
And Marcus is trying to hurry you along.
All right. Well, I did what I could right this day. We keep moving.
All right.
And of course, Yanni flew away, so we don't really have a way of contacting Adrian now, do we?
Eric, did Yanni fly away, or did you just kind of pull your mind out of him? Because you were looking through his eyes at one point.
Yanni flew off.
Oh, he did fly. That's right. He went to check out the
Yeah,
stealth
he's
system.
sending Yanni after the shadow.
I forgot about that. All right. Now back with Kat's group on the roustabout. The brains are doing, or Adrian is doing his hacking. What do Kat and Jade want to do?
Kat's still just, after she got the ship going, standing by the door, ready to shoot anything that's not their group. She's not keen on using the ship's gun inside of the ship to destroy anything, because people gotta still be able to get to the...
Yeah, Jade's doing the same thing. I mean, I don't really know what else we could do.
Okay. Well, I was really just asking if y'all were going to try to meet up with the rest of the party.
I would assume keeping us stationary, they would be able to find us easier than us going after them, getting lost, them coming somewhere else.
And I gotta duck out for a sec, Trace.
Okay. Alright. Let's see, is that the one I need? That is not the one I need. Alright. Francis.
Yes, sir.
Alright.
So, bubbly. Disgusting. I love you.
Oh, come on now. If I get my computer to do right.
Well, you needed to do something, so it's not going to do it.
Well, that's really just me blaming something. It was user error. I had forgotten to put a fog of war on this area. Alright. Let me jump y'all over here now. Alright, there we go.
Yay, new map.
Well, it's part of an old map, but that works pretty good for a service corridor.
Yeah.
Alright, throw Francis down there if you would be so kind.
I can be so kind, in fact.
And let's see, Patrick has stepped away, so I'll throw a hole down there for him. And we will need somebody from Marcus. There's Marcus. Oh, and Jim. I really gotta make Jim a custom pog at some point. The one I'm being using don't work with Rat at all. jogger I've been using for it. Alright. So Asshole is basically, you know, literally arm deep into the walls doing something, and Marcus is kind of standing there hurrying him up. Around one of the corridors here, you have several people step around the corner.
That's not good.
No, it's not good.
Now we know why he wanted us to rejoin the party.
One of them is one of the kind of guard troopers like you've seen before, while the other two appear to be part of the engineering corps. Let's see, do we have somebody nice and unthreatening?
I will be right back.
Alright. Sorry, I should have had this map set up ahead of time.
Nothing to apologize for.
No, I'm poorly organized. Yeah, that doesn't work. Basically, it appears to be two engineers with a trooper escorting them. Somebody may have run across one of the bodies of the people of the engineers that Marcus had shot earlier. Oh, let me... Alright. The trooper spots you as soon as he rounds the corner. So there's no, you heard him coming. He sees you as soon as he rounds the corner. There's no real surprise around or anything.
This is us in the...
Yes. And what you've got ahead of you is one trooper and two of the engineers. Best guess, somebody may have run across one of the bodies that Marcus... the bodies of the people that Marcus had shot. So these engineers had basically a trooper escort now.
Yep.
Hey, friend. We already got this area covered.
Roll me a deception.
Yes. That is very deceptive.
All right. Let's see here. Let's see, they've got a good intimidation. They don't have a lot of insight, though. So for him, it's a straight wisdom roll. And he rolled single digits. Even with the wisdom modifier added, he rolled single digits.
We are not the prisoners you're looking for.
Pretty much.
He looks for a second. You say that. Marcus behind you just gives him a little wave. And he just kind of nods at you and heads down the corridor the other way. With the engineers right behind him.
Hey, Hall. I don't mean this in a bad way, but I think the people who made you, don't employ the smartest people in the galaxy.
Well, security personnel are required to be loyal and quiet. So, that I suspect they're not used to having to deal with infiltrators that all that often. Anywho, that's...
I'll pretend I understood that.
He said he didn't figure they'd have to deal with infiltrators very often, so.
Gotcha. Broke up real bad.
Oh, sorry. Testing.
You're fine.
Okay.
Fine's a stretch. You're understandable, though. Alright, so that was a narrowly avoided combat. So yes, Patrick, you get that pulled out, the lights in the area dim, and then kind of the emergency lights come on. Which, the emergency lights are just the regular lights. They're just an emergency backup power source.
Yeah.
If it's like the station you're on, each light has an individual battery pack, basically. You in this area, you feel the gravity. It's like the gravity kicks off for just a second. Not enough that you're floating up. It's like in an elevator when it starts to drop. You just feel that slide, and then everything kind of goes back to normal. But Patrick, that the targeting on the targeting for the weapon systems would not be something that would be backed up like that.
Yeah. It's kind of always odd that the life support is the first thing to fail, despite the fact that should be the most secured and backed up section of the ship.
Yeah, the life support in the area doesn't even fluctuate. It doesn't even stutter. Though, through most of the ship, that's really just it pumping air through ducts or pulling it through ducts. And the technocracy is actually smart enough to have their air ducts small enough that a person can't get in it.
Yeah.
All right. Adrian. I blanked on the droid's name. Yanni. Yanni has made it to the area that the map shows is the shadow device.
Huh?
Or it's the department it's in or whatever. Section. There seems to be a couple of engineers on duty there, but that seems to be it. You don't know if that's because they're locked down or because the ship's not currently traveling, or unless they have cloaked since they brought you on board, the ship wasn't cloaked when you arrived. And they seem to be doing just kind of regular maintenance.
Okay.
From the lights on the door, you're pretty sure the door, to this area is locked, so they're locked in. But
That doesn't matter. Yanni can phase drift. Which he does.
Still invisible, I assume.
Yes, very much so. Taking a look at it, would I be able to tell from Yanni if applying excessive amounts of energy directly to the shadow reactor cause it to overload and or potentially explode?
Give me an intelligence check.
I'll say, considering that previous roll where I got all that info from it, that they have to maintain all these various things of info, all these various minute power changes and stuff just to keep it from overload.
Give me another intelligence check. Throw your mechanics in there if you want to.
Mechanics is wisdom.
Yeah, usually.
It is.
I'm going to
So
let you
add my
use the...
proficiency.
Yeah, but it's like using strength for intimidate. You know, it makes sense.
Okay. Right.
Because you're not physically handling the device right now. You're trying to figure out something about the device.
So intelligence check
Yeah, give me an intelligence check.
plus proficiency.
Yes.
So
All right. Is that plus the proficiency or without the proficiency?
12 plus proficiency, 10.
Did you add the d20 plus 3? So you rolled all right. So you rolled a 7 plus your intelligence of 3.
Then plus proficiency.
And what is the
With the 12.
okay? You don't know if it would explode as far as like Michael Bay would have it do.
Would be fun.
But you're quite certain it would burn out parts. Because a lot of this thing is delicate equipment.
Is there enough space inside the casing for Yanni to get into?
Probably not. Oh, actually, you've got the schematic. No. Everything's packed together pretty close. There's not a whole lot of empty, open space. Now, if Yanni could open one of the hatches or take off one of the panels, he could, if he's doing that electrical thing he does, he could get right inside. That is what his energy blast was with him.
No, what I was going to do is have him see about getting inside, getting hold of the systems, and then just use his melee attack while holding on to it, basically, and just start electrocuting the system.
Let me look at Yanni's stats. I am forgetting what he does.
It's his melee attack. Shock does lightning damage.
Okay. I knew he had something that did lightning damage. For some reason, I was thinking it was that he shot it.
No, that's that's the sprite beam.
Sprite beam. Okay. All right.
Sprite beam is his ranged attack, and then he has.
Then yeah, if he could get a panel off first, he could get into it. But he'd have to find some way to get in, to get access to the inside.
Right. Is there an open, or is there a panel looks like you get into that aren't really watching?
Give me a stealth roll for Yanni. Let's see, there are 2 engineers in the room.
I mean, he is invisible.
Yeah, but if he fades in to physically interact with stuff, he'll be visible. One of the dice rolled out of my tray. Alright. As he starts to undo one of the panels, on the far side, he's trying to be stealthy. But as he kind of fiddles it loose, he pulls it off. One corner kind of comes, loose faster. He bangs it just a little bit. One of the engineers doesn't notice. The other one immediately looks up and starts swearing. He jumps up, basically grabs his chair and starts running over towards Johnny. What is Yanni's AC? AC of 13. 6 on the dice. Guy only gets an 11. Alright, Adrian. One of the engineers has run over and swung a chair at Yanni. He misses, but Yanni has got the panel off.
Okay. Yanni is going to go into the machine.
Okay.
Try to put as much of the machine between him and the mad chair swing engineer as possible.
Well, the panel gives him access to stuff. Like I said, there's not enough empty space in the machine for Yanni to physically fit. He can basically wiggle his the top half of himself in, but he's gonna have his buddy end sticking out. But that gives him he can reach plenty of circuit boards and so forth. All the wiring.
Well, while he can, he's just going to grab hold and just start electrocuting.
Okay. Alarms start going off. Things start smoking. Both engineers are swearing now. They are trying to get a grip on Yanni to pull him out of the machine. Though they rolled pretty feebly, so at least for this round. Yanni's just in there frying every little something he can get his hands on. Or his little creatures.
Basically. If he can tear stuff out to wiggle in deeper, he's going to do that too.
Like
Because he is
butterfly.
tiny. So,
Little rock grub.
basically. Give him a turn, he'll burrow in. Can't get him out.
Let's see. Alright, so that's what Yanni is doing. Let's see, where would the samurai guy be going?
Well, he told the samurai guy that there's stuff happening at the cells.
Yeah, but the team has been running around a decent bit of, has been able to run around different parts of the ship now, so samurai guy would have likely gotten there, discovered the prisoners gone, one of his troopers dead, another trooper missing. At least as far as he knows, missing.
Right.
Alright. Holes group, where are y'all headed? Are y'all headed for the roustabout, or are y'all headed for a certain section of the ship?
We need to start heading towards the roustabout. Is there any additional subsystems we could essentially sabotage on the way there?
Let's see. The roustabout's in the same quadrant of the ship that you're in, so you've already done the weapon systems thing. Not really, unless you went, out of your way to go hit engineering, or if you wanted to hit something around close to the bridge. Though, of course, the deeper into the ship you get, the more guards you're going to run into.
Yeah.
And a lot of these service passages kind of run the outside perimeter of the ship. As you get more inside, you'll be crossing the main corridors more.
We're gonna need to get to the roustabout, so we start heading that way.
All right. As you start heading that way, Marcus tells you he's going to break off. He's got something he can do that'll wipe a lot of the information they've gathered on you, and thus off his people, from their computer systems. Basically, just keep wreaking as much havoc as you can.
That being said, which way to engineering? This is me asking the DM.
Let's see. Let's say this is the ship you're on. Such is not really the case. Oh wait, but you're not on video, so you probably can't see me.
Yeah.
Do you have the Switch going? The Twitch stream going?
No, I do not.
Okay. Well, never mind me holding up a miniature and pointing then. Though for anybody else interested, they're kind of in this area, and engineering would be down in this area. Basically, y'all are towards the front of the ship, of a relatively long ship. Engineering would be kind of in the ass end.
Which is where the engines would be, yeah.
Though the power plant, if that's what you meant, would be a little more centralized. It's going to be out of your way. And require...
Which is why...
What now?
Which is why... because I can basically issue my construct commands, I'm essentially going to suicide squad it against engineering.
Okay. Go to the engineering section. It's here. Shoot everything that moves. And everything that doesn't. Because, you want to take out the computers.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So
it goes marching off. And if this ship is anything like your station, there's going to be some constructs running around.
Yeah.
As long as you can't guarantee that he won't get shot on the way there, but if he's not shooting anybody, you figure it's less likely. Before the construct takes off, Marcus gives it a code. Basically, if it's stopped, well, it's not a code a person would ask it. It's if a computer inquires or somebody holds up a comm
code.
Yeah, it's basically an identifier saying I should be on this ship. Now, once it starts shooting, yeah, nobody's going to fall for that. But with everything that's going on, everybody he's going to come up as a green dot on everybody's map. So.
Yep.
Alright, so he heads off for engineering. Marcus heads off to do whatever he's going to do. Moves into the shadow.
Hey, Marcus, before you go, are we cool? Like us people and your people? Are we cool now? Or are you guys gonna stop trying to kill us?
Are you going to stop investigating our people?
Like, we're just kind of getting paid to do it. Like, is it really so bad?
Yes.
Alright, I suppose you have a right to privacy.
You little... What would he call you?
Mayflies?
Embers, sparks. It's like, it's... You little sparks have no business knowing us, meddling in the affairs of your, I don't want to say betters, but those more evolved than you.
So we can't even touch the cast-off technology you guys left behind.
No, we don't want you having our tech.
But we don't even know how
Or
to
anybody
use
else's tech.
Oh.
Well, not anybody else's tech. I mean, you know, his people, the Ganny outload, none of it. You don't need any of that. If we made mistakes with that tech, God knows what your races would do with it.
Well, what was that big mistake?
Well, look at the time. I gotta go.
That's what I figured.
We kind of are in the middle of an escape plan.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And that's basically what he probably would have said anyway, because that's kind of the big thing they don't want you to find out. If they're worried about you making their mistakes, it's a lot less likely you'll do it if you don't know, what direction to even be looking in for it. So anyway,
there's if you blank out history, it's basically guaranteed to be repeated if you actually hide it.
Which had me worried about Europe, how restrictive Europe is on references to the Nazis. And then we've got Nazi references over here all over the place, and the Nazis are coming out of the woodwork now, so what do I know? Anyway. So, I want Hull's group as you, let's see, where's the map? As you are making your way back to the roustabout, give me stealth rolls. I'll roll for Jim.
That's going to be bad.
Ow! I mean, not the worst I could have rolled, but...
No, 15's decent.
Yeah.
And Jesse being spotted. Let's see. There are several times when you just manage to duck out of the way of a passing guard, or not always a guard. Sometimes it's engineers. Sometimes it's maintenance robots and other various constructs. There's several times when you basically grab Jim right before he steps out. I wouldn't say Jim's less observant than any of the rest of you, or really even less stealthy. He is not quite as used to this sort of situation. Maybe in his younger days before he retired, when he was running around in the wild more. But, he doesn't end up giving you away or anything. Alright. Now, Yanni has managed to break some of the circuit boards. He's wiggled fairly well into the machine at this point. They get one last try to get a good hand on him. And they roll single digits every time they've rolled something.
Wahaha.
Look, they're engineers. They're not fighters. They're not,
Yeah.
One of them is yelling at the other one to go get, some of the tools. You get the impression that they're going to start taking apart more of the machine to really dig in and after him. One of them's like, should I get a guard and just shoot the thing? Yanni hears the other one telling him, red alert, we're locked in.
Yanni's just going to tearing up the system, destroying as much as he can.
You're quite certain by this point the thing is not functional. Continued destruction at this point would simply be increasing the repair time. Possibly even making it, just maybe not impossible to repair, but inefficient to bother repairing it as opposed to just replacing the entire thing. There's still some smoke. Yanni can tell that the power to the thing, period, has been cut at this point. But that doesn't stop Yanni's, applying his own electricity to burning things out.
He's hoping that connection that it has to the actual reactor itself cause some sort of back to the reactor.
That is unlikely, as each of those systems would have its own, cutoffs, breaker sort of setup. As for the rest of you, Jade and Kat, you see Samurai Boy come running back into the hangar bay. They seem to ignore your ship and head off to a side corridor that you assume links to the next bay.
Kat's gonna... We're all on comms again, or... Correct?
I believe you had to leave your comms with your equipment. So...
Okay.
Everybody on the ship's got their comms.
Basically, a ship group can talk to each other. She will yell down to Adrian, "Hey, can you get Yanni over to the other group? Fancy boys going into the next..."
Okay.
I don't know if he's getting a ship or what.
Yeah.
I suppose I could follow him. I'm doing so much right.
Probably best not to attempt following Mr. Crazy Samurai Stabby Murder Doomface.
Oh, she's stealthy. She'll be fine.
Let's not tempt fate. And
That's what the DM says right before they murder you.
You're adventurers.
Usually.
Tempting fate is what you do professionally.
They've been tempting fate a lot. She'll bitch about it, but she's gonna stay on the ship. She'll just make sure that message gets patched up.
Well, he will.
She might pull up the gameplay.
We'll have Yanni tear up some more of the system a little bit. Then he's just gonna blink out. Gonna warp back to Adrian. And Adrian's gonna send him after.
Alright, the map that should be showing on your screens. This is where Yanni winds up.
Okay.
If you'll go ahead and throw Yanni on the map. Let me find Samurai Boy and his guys.
That a big map.
Yeah, it's a pretty good size map. But, this is a hangar bay for a ship. I don't know that the roustabout would fit on here. It's a bit of... It's for more of a shuttlecraft runabout kind of thing than the. But you've got two troops. Samurai guys kind of standing around the corner here. Two of the troops are ducked behind this railing, which obscures them a little bit from anybody inside the room, but. Let's see. So Yanni's this. Oh well, it was going to be a surprise, but Yanni would be able to see him. There's also a squad of troop up here. Towards the top of the map. Now, going back to Hull's group, you're making your way towards the dock the roustabout's in. You've been extremely lucky so far to have not run into anybody.
Something tells me that's not going to be the case anymore.
All good
I'll
things come to an end. In this case, you hear a lot of troops up ahead, or a lot of feet. Some of them might be engineers, you don't know.
Are there any side rooms we can duck into?
There he is. On your map, you see another hangar bay you can duck into that connects to the hangar bay the roustabout's on.
Is it this one?
Maybe. If you would be so kind, if the whole group would be so kind as to put all of their miniatures in this little area here.
That one.
I like where this is going.
Say, but what if they don't want to use that?
They have a big fight in the hallway. Yeah, it happens.
Hey, all of us? I didn't think I was in that group.
No, it's hanging with the roustabout.
Oh.
No, just the whole group.
Just the whole
Yeah,
group.
Oh, the
Not the cat
whole
group.
group.
Not the whole group, the whole group.
In hindsight, I see where that was a bad naming choice. Particularly over Discord.
Thank you for being thoughtful, though.
And I'm sitting here going, there should be one more pog down there. But then I realized, oh yes, that's Jim. I have to put him down.
And question.
Mm-hmm.
How goes my murder bot?
How can are you? Is it like a familiar where you can see through it, or do you just give it its orders and it runs off like its own NPC?
Let me double check that. This construct, forge construct. Interesting. I can actually summon multiple things, but I have to actually have it. Basically, I can issue it direct commands if it's within 60 feet. When given an order, the creature will continue to follow it until its task is complete. The creature is under your control for 24 hours after its power action ceases.
It's like you summon a little golem.
Yeah.
You can tell it what to do, and it will do your commands to its bestest. But if you wanted to do something else, you'd have to go physically tell it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess in a game like this, you could probably... Well, no, it says within 60 feet, so... Even strapping a comm link to him wouldn't work.
But first I thought it was like a continuous one, and this one it actually said it's not, which is interesting. Because you can summon multiple creatures beyond control. This opens options.
It does. Alright, so anyway, y'all are running through here. Yanni sees the party start to step into this room.
And does Johnny give a warning signal?
I don't know. Adrian, what does Yanni do as he sees Hull and Francis and Jim?
I will say that he will. Let's see. 40, So here. I had him here and fly here. They can see what's happening. And he is going to shoot a sprite beam. That guy.
Okay.
An advantage because he's firing from stealth.
Fair enough.
Also, there's his initiative buttons.
Ah.
22.
Alright. A22 hits him.
5 force damage.
Let's see, where's his hit points? Alright. -5. Alright, he cries out. Everybody hears that. The whole group, you see Yanni appear, you see Yanni fire in that direction. You hear a guy scream as he gets shot. Or grunt as he gets shot. So you know there are obviously some people over there. Everybody go ahead and give me initiative. Let me pull up before y'all start rolling, let me pull up the...
I got a hog, don't I?
Let's see.
Hog.
Here.
Yeah, right.
While this is happening, Adrian's gonna get up and go, alright, they're getting ambushed in the next dock over.
Should we fire a big gun in that direction, or just
I
have
think
the
it'll get
engines
through
ready?
the door, but...
Might blow through the wall. You never know.
Sure.
Alright, initiative.
We'll just be ready to go.
However, a flanking fire is helpful.
And our samurai. Oop. What page is the samurai stats on? 108. Shadow Tick Samurai. I can't roll for crap today.
Continue.
Alright.
And by that I mean please continue rolling crap.
Now, the cat group, go ahead and give me initiative too.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I guess Jim probably
Where do you
needs
want
initiative.
us to put our tokens just so we can click and roll?
Yeah, go ahead and just drop them in a corner somewhere.
Alright.
Just sit on the wall over.
Yeah, on one of the walls, this will be fine.
And roll Yanni and give him his 14.
There we go. And Jim got a... Oh yeah, I roll fine for Jim. Alright, has everybody... Alright, that looks like everybody on there. Descending order.
14. There we go.
Alright. Francis, you are the top of the order.
Are you unused to this experience?
A little bit, yeah. Alright, I suppose Francis is gonna run over here and hold his, and, wait for someone to pop around the corner.
And just to ask, is this a raid section or is it just oddly drawn?
It is raised because if you look down at this bottom section here, at the bottom of the map, you can see the stairs leading up to it.
This is more or less a catwalk, essentially.
Yeah, it's like 4 or 5 feet up, and and then you've got some railing. So with a climb check and it finding as difficult terrain, you can get up over it. Or standing there like Francis is, he's got partial cover. To anybody that doesn't walk right up to the edge. And, over the railing.
Yeah.
Alright, you doing anything else, Francis, or is that movement it?
That'll be my turn.
Alright. Next is Jade. You are, of course, on the roustabout, the next chamber over.
Uh-huh.
So what are you going to do?
Uh, hmm. I'm gonna look to God, I can't remember her name. I'm sorry,
Cat?
It's been too. Yes, and should we go check that out?
I'm already telling you they're getting ambushed by an entire squad of soldiers, including Captain Murderpants.
Yes, but I don't know. I just feel like leaving the ship unguarded is like a really bad idea.
Yeah, having more of us out there. Or,
I have
we
the
told them
entire
to get
ship
over
on
here.
lockdown.
Okay, looks like we're going then.
Literally, he has a special Esper power on the ship that nobody can access it but us.
Okay, then I guess I'll bebop over there.
Alright. And what is that power called, Adrian? Or what power of Adrian's is that?
System lock.
What level is that?
It specifically requires the Black Hat power to get into.
Okay.
Nothing else works against it.
I mean, welding torches are big enough guns, but
Yeah.
But it's a pretty secure lock, yeah.
Yeah, and the Black Hat power only suppresses it for 10 minutes. Then it kicks right back.
Alright. So Jade, you can start if you spend this turn double moving, you will arrive over here behind Captain Murderpants on the next turn.
Over where? I didn't see. Oh, I thought you had clicked on the thing. I'm sorry.
Oh, I had, but it was down the southern part of the map.
Ah.
Over where the samurai is, by the stairs.
Ah, I see. Okay. Then, yeah. I will do that.
Alright, maybe if I do that, everybody on the map's visible at one time. Alright. Alright. Jim is unarmed.
I can, considering I have access to my Esper abilities, Jim has my knife.
Alright, so you give him the, what was it, a war blade or something?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was a knife or if it was more of a short sword.
But at least it's something that
But it's
eventually,
something.
yeah.
Which is better than what he's got now. Oh, Warblade does a D8. It may be more like a long sword. Alright, he'll grab that from you. He will run over here by Francis and kind of wedge himself in there.
Question.
Mhm.
Any of the dead engineers, were they armed?
They were not.
Okay.
Much like the engineers working on the shadow device weren't armed. In fact, even the two you ran into after the red alert started weren't armed, though they had an armed trooper with them. Alright, so that's going to be Jim. And then it's the troopers go. This one steps out and takes a shot at Francis.
But I'm such a handsome boy. Why is he shooting at me?
He has disadvantage because you have basically partial cover. Well, So he rolled 7 on both dice. So we're just going to move
Those are
on.
great rolls. I love those rolls. Perfect rolls.
What is his attack bonus? Yeah, I'm pretty sure a 12's not going to hit Francis.
No, sir.
Alright, the one that Yanni shot steps out and takes a shot at Yanni.
No, not Yanni.
Does a 20 hit Yanni?
Yes, a 20 does hit you.
Yay. Alright. Heavy beat. There you go. Heavy pistol. Alright. D8. Plus 3. Yanni takes 11 points of damage.
Yanni dead.
No!
He is not a sturdy boy.
No, that's... yeah. It required you doing max damage not to kill him.
Rolled an 8 on the dice. Alright, what does the next guy want to do?
Yanni 5 alive. That's just mean.
It's not the first time he's lost Yanni.
Doesn't he just poof back though? I don't think he like bursts into flames.
No, he's gone until...
Let me have this, Sarah. Let me have this.
until I can resummon again with what's it?
Yeah, you got to use the ability again or whatever. All right, next guy steps out. Well, Francis, you're really the only guy they can see. So I'm just going to move all 3 of these out, and you're just going to face this little firing squad.
I mean, statistically, that's how it's going to end for him, really.
Alright, first one. Out of the 3, first one. Still with disadvantage, of course. Let's see, gotta take the lower. So that's a 10.
That's a miss.
Second one. Well, he rolled decent on one of the dice. That's an 8, though. That's gonna be the only natural 20 I roll all night.
Ooh!
But it's a 9 on the other dice. So that is a 14. Does a 14 hit you?
No, sir. Just a little shy, though. AC is 16.
Alright. Oops, I did not mean to click that quite yet. Give me... No, don't give me anything. What is your... Francis, what is your passive perception?
13.
Oh, I was wrong. It was not my only natural 20 tonight. Alright. Both of these down here shoot at you. You have partial cover, but they are firing basically from stealth without you being aware of them. So that gives them advantage. So it just evens it out.
Yeah.
So first one. 13. And the second one, 11. It don't matter. It don't matter. I'm disgusted. Cat, your go. You're in their oustabout, so you can follow Jay and do the double move and arrive in the next turn.
Yeah, she's gonna follow, but trying to be a little bit stealth.
So she's stealthing across.
Yeah, she's gonna stealth just to try and get the jump on somebody.
Does she have anything that's the equivalent of like fast stealth?
Not at this level, I believe.
Okay, so it will take you more time to get there then.
Screw it. By the time she gets there, no one will be surprised by her because she knows Jade's gonna probably pull out the big guns. She'll just follow Jade.
Okay. Hull.
Okay. How far can this actually checking? Then 120 feet range. Now it's fine. Okay, it's the second one I can do. Cole will get into cover.
Okay.
And I will activate attack pattern.
That's the one that's kind of like Bless.
No.
No, that's the sight thing. Yeah, never mind. Forget I said anything.
This one, a pack of small combat drones fire down within an area. The area may be up to 20 feet long and 10 feet wide and 10 feet tall. So,
Flame wall.
more or less. That's 5. So that's starting with this one. I'm trying to get as many of these guys as possible.
All right. Read the description of the area it does again.
It's 20 feet. It can be 20 feet long and 10 feet wide. And 10 feet tall.
Okay. So the way you'd get the most would be having this be the 10 feet wide. Well, those,
I'm pretty sure I'd be able to get these 4 right here on that L.
Yeah, I think the L is what would be your best bet as far as getting the most. Basically, your drones would like fly around here and then do a strafing run.
Yeah.
All right, is there a save they've got to make versus that, or?
It is also a concentration. It is kind of like flame wall in that regards. Because I can leave it up and I can basically have them target different areas.
Oh, we're getting it must be 8 o'clock.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Raid time!
Hi guys, thanks for coming.
Okay, the targets take 3d8 fire and force damage.
Is there any kind of saving throw they can make to avoid some of it?
Oh yes. It's a dexterity saving throw, a half if they fail it.
Okay, so save for half. There's 4 of them. Their dexterity.
And hold on, it's okay. 8. Okay, that changed. Because my save DC changed because of the efficiency. Hang on. Okay.
Well, that should mean it's just 1 higher than it was then.
Yeah. Make sure I'm calculating that right. Okay, that's right. 14 is what they're going for.
Alright, so they need a 14. First 2. Both fail. Second 2. Both make it. So and how much damage were you doing?
Alright, it is 3d8. So, wait 1 second.
Okay.
And what I calculate something here is 3. Each of your turns 3.
And for anybody just joining us, like in the raid, The party is currently trying to escape an enemy ship that they have been sabotaging through the previous portion of tonight's session. Okay, so 11 points of damage. So the first two take full, and the rest of them take 5.
Okay, and I can target the same area or a different one. It's basically, I have basically a attack swarm that's now flying around now.
Right. As long as you're concentrating. So if you use something else that requires concentration, they'd go away, or
Yeah.
if somebody knocks you unconscious. Should I be disturbed by the number of tentacles popping up in our chat?
Yes.
Okay, just wondering.
They're completely platonic tentacles.
Oh yes, I'm sure of that. All right, Adrian, what are you doing?
He is going to leave the ship, activate his obfuscate power to go invisible, and he's just gonna. It's the bay.
All right, so obfuscate, and you start struggling across to the other dock.
Yep.
Okay. And now it is Samurai.
Set.
Let's see.
Not like you're so high. I do not like you, Samurai.
I only caught the last half of that, but I know it's a dial-in for monkey reference.
Yep. Macho Man, you were dearly missed.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't think I ever gave the samurai. Did I never give the samurai a name?
Actually, you did. I have that written down.
Oh, good. I thought I had because it was somebody you recognized. But I must not have written it down.
I think it's Akihito, Akihiko.
Akihito.
I'm sorry, it's Akihiko?
Akihiko. Yeah, Akihiko. Okay.
Okay.
I jotted it down in my Google Notes, not on my actual piece of paper.
Ah.
Alright, anyway. It's Akihito's go. Oh, let's see. 30, 15, 20, 30. His swords are out, and he's double moving right here. Let me make sure he's got normal move. Oh. Oh.
Concern.
Oh, it's nothing to be concerned about. He just has an extra mode of movement that I had forgotten about or hadn't noticed before. Alright, so that would have been 30 feet. But he double moves, so that'd been 60. 60. 30, another 30. So 60 and 30. So that's his 90 feet of movement.
Oh.
He's flying.
Oh.
I don't like that. Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, that's it's a little.
Can't say I'm a fan.
I mean, granted, he was clearly in high-tech gear.
Brings me that we haven't seen Steve
You could tell that
for a
because it had
while.
all the RGB lighting. Just to throw that up there in case anybody has forgotten what he looked like.
Fancy.
Yeah. He's swanky. So anyway, 90 feet is his regular movement, which means doing a double movement. He could get right up on Francis.
I don't like that.
And
Oh
he
no!
But on the other hand, he also can't attack because it's a double move.
That is correct. He cannot attack. But if Francis tries to run away or Jim tries to run away, then he gets attacks of opportunity.
But it also means he's engaged for anyone who can do extra damage to people who are engaged.
There's no one like that in this map.
Yet.
Carrying on. All right. Oh, and he's the end of the round, so back up to the top with Francis.
I'm gonna do the only thing I really can do and just unload my gun into him.
All right. Now, firing into melee combat, does it still give you disadvantage? Seems like we've had this conversation before, but I am old and forgetful. All right. Combat. Flying. Tag search. Does anybody remember off the top of their head whether or not firing, if somebody's engaging you in melee, firing gives you disadvantage?
I think there's a feat that negates that, so potentially.
Okay. Yeah, well, if they've got a feat to negate it, then it's clearly a thing. I was trying to find it to be sure. But it seemed like... Oh, well, we're going to run with it now because it seems like I recall that. Ah, range attacks in close combat. That's probably what I'm looking for.
No.
Aiming a range attack is more difficult when a foe is next to you. Make a range attack with a weapon or power. Yeah, within 5 feet. Alright. So, Francis, you can absolutely unload on him. You are at disadvantage.
I'll have to accept that. Alright, taking my first shot.
Alright.
18.
Not a bad shot.
Does an 18 hit?
Oops. Hang on. I accidentally flipped over to the other guy's page. Yes, an 18 is exactly what you need to hit. Anything lower and you would not have gotten him.
Alright. Rolling for damage.
Good to
10.
know.
And I'm going to make that a flash burst. Upon a successful hit from a melee range attack, you unleash a burst of energy and add a stunt die. So I'm gonna...
So you infuse that shot with some of your Esper abilities.
Yes. Oh! So that's 18 damage done with one attack.
Alright, let me see what
And he also needs to make a dex save, or else he's blinded.
What kind of damages were that?
Piercing, and then it just says energy.
It doesn't give an energy type, just a generic energy.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so minus
He shot,
15.
basically, he shot a bullet that's also a laser.
Well, or he shot a bullet that's charged like one of Gambit's playing cards.
Gotcha.
And the DC for him to avoid being blinded is... What's my con? 13.
Alright. You said that was Dex?
Yes, sir.
Let's see. What conditions are he immune to? He is not immune to blindness. Huh, we'll have to look that up. Completely unrelated. I just noticed one of his languages is lingo. I'm going to have to look up what that does for you. Alright, he failed to save. So he kind of stumbles back. You know, the way he's turning his head, you can tell the flash probably got him.
Alright. And making my second attack. Oh, rolled for damage on that one. Ignore that.
Alright. And you're still at disadvantage.
Oh, yep, I missed that one pretty badly.
No, you are not at disadvantage. They've got to be within 5 feet of you and be able to see you.
He can't see you now.
Oh, okay.
Disadvantage on attack roll if you are within 5 feet of a hostile creature who can see you and who isn't incapacitated. He can't see you, so you get to go with 23.
All right, fantastic. I like that.
Yeah, you would. Alright, so 4 points of damage.
Yep. And I'm going to burn my action surge to shoot him one more time.
Man, it's like some guy running after with 2 laser swords just freaked you out.
You need like
Hey,
counseling or something.
What do you mean one more?
Excuse me?
You get both of your attacks if you action surge. You take your entire attack action again.
Oh.
Alright. Eric, I'm going to need you to stop talking. I'm going to need you to stop talking.
Yeah.
Oh no, keep talking.
Oh, hello there. We are Nerdsmith. I didn't see you come in.
Ah, that's unfortunate.
So that was just the first shot.
So now my next question is, how
That hit.
does Espergenesis work with blindness?
I believe it works pretty much like...
attacking a blinded creature gives you advantage on the attack.
Oh.
I'm checking.
Well, go ahead and roll damage for that second one because we know it hit.
Nice.
Conditions, personalities, equipment, combat. .282 conditions.
Yeah, it doesn't really say anything. It says a blinded creature can't see and automatically fails any ability check that requires sight. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage.
Okay.
So I guess if it's a hack roll, would it be considered an attack roll?
Francis is shooting him. That would be an attack
Yes.
roll.
Yeah, but I'm assuming Adrian was probably asking for hacking.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm asking for Francis because I saw he rolled that 13,
Oh.
but I know
But
that he's
13
blind.
But since he's got advantage, it's actually 25, so roll damage
Never
for that first attack.
mind.
Oh no, you pulled up the rule we needed. That's the important thing.
Okay, so both those attacks hit.
So both of those hit because you would have had advantage.
All right, so that's 15 damage altogether. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and burn another stunt die and make one of those flash burst again.
All right.
So that's 21 damage.
But he does not have to roll to save versus blindness this time.
Nope. Because his eyes have already been burnt out of his skull.
Well,
Or
it's
at
not
least,
quite
you know.
that bad.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Never corner a lizard.
For his last action surge, he's going to drop his tail and run.
No, that's how he gets out of grapples. Somebody has grabbed him by the tail and he just pops off. He takes off. All right, next up is Jade.
It's kind of hard to follow that.
Oh, there you are.
I'm sure you'll do fine.
One thing I was looking at.
Imbued strike.
Where's it at?
Up. It's actually on your sheet.
Which side of the bay would we be entering
That's
at?
mine.
You would be entering from this walkway here.
Okay.
That is basically the hallway to the next dock.
Where was it? I was looking at my sheet. Right there?
Right down.
Okay.
Yeah, right over here. And basically, you double move the last time. Your movement this time can get you as far as this line of them right here.
Shoot the mook. Okay. I reckon. Reading. I'll say I'm doing that first. I'm gonna use my imbued strike against this one
Okay.
with my. What's the range on the shot? Well, I'm like 10 feet away, so it wouldn't really matter.
Close enough.
Pretty much.
He's 15 feet away, but yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Though you could be 5 feet further forward if you wanted to get him in the 10-foot range.
Well, I really like my heavy auto rifle. It's like my go-to. Wouldn't hurt to shake it up, though.
You have so many
Heavy
guns.
auto rifle is 100, 500 for the range.
What do you think, Zach?
I'm gonna go with the auto rifle.
Heavy?
Mhm.
Okay. Good God.
Alright, that is,
Did she have, well, even with advantage?
yeah.
Well,
Let's see, you need a 15 to hit them. So, yeah, that misses.
Yeah.
just to ask, you didn't happen to have any.
So I guess I'll use my second attack to try to hit him.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get-
Alright, that's definitely a hit. Roll the damage.
Yay.
Nice.
No, it's not nice, Zach. Well, I
Sounds
guess
better
it
than
evens
nothing.
out,
Yeah.
so it's alright.
Alright,
Damage
so
is damage.
Yep.
Yes, it
minus
is.
10. Alright. Jim steps forward and takes a swing with the sword. Which he looks like he may actually be proficient with.
Jim's been holding out on us.
Well, that or he's had to use machetes before, so, you know. Same principle. Alright, 17.
Oh, I forgot to say that. It's alright. I think.
He needs an 8, 17. Oh, rolled 17 on the dice. He needed an 18 to hit, so he definitely hits. So that's a D8, I think it was. Yeah, because it was basically a longsword. So that is 7 points of damage. Samurai's not looking good. He has run up and is in the process of getting his head handed to him. But then it's the troopers' turns. Alright, the trooper that Jade shot runs down around, hops down here to give himself some cover, and starts firing through the bottom of the railing. At Jade, of course.
Gonna damage the heck out of that railing.
Well, it's not a solid piece. There's gaps in it. Think like a almost like an old picket fence. You know, as far as it's got like
Yes,
slats.
It's a safety railing.
Oh, right. He rolled a. Yeah, he got like a 9 on his roll. Though I guess I should check and make sure they don't get multiple attacks, shouldn't I? That was a screw up from last round. They all get multi-attack. Second attack. There's a 15 hit Jade.
Sorry about that. Yes.
Alright. With his heavy pistol. $11 points of damage.
Ouch. Ouch.
It is an ouchie.
That's basically a scratch for you.
But y'all just gained a level. You should be fine.
Just 42 hit points total.
Oh, I don't want to hear no whining then.
Pretty much.
This one runs down right here. Let's see. He's got his gun in one hand, but it holds his other hand up to you.
Oh.
Photon beam. Let's see. Fires an energy beam and a 30-foot line that is 5 feet wide. Each creature in the line must make a dex saving throw.
Speaking of one.
Alright, Cat made it. Jade, give me a dex saving throw.
Oh, of course not. God damn it.
Lang.
I can do much worse.
Yes, we know. We believe you. You don't have to prove it. I still remember the Icons game when you ran across the fake BI agent you really, really didn't like. I have not heard such language in a stream before.
You know, I don't remember this at all, and I feel really bad about it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I would be proud of it.
Uh-huh. Alright, so... I think it's for half damage. Yes.
No, I'm gonna take no damage. I'm using Uncanny Dodge.
Fine, then. Only Jade gets hurt.
Not only can I not shoot, I cannot dodge either.
I've only got like 33 hit points, and I need to conserve them.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Anna.
No, you're not.
I'm a little sorry. Alright, so that's a 6, and a 7, and an 8.
Oh, God.
How? Big yikes.
And I gotta roll one more dice. But
I told you.
I've only got 48 with me. Alright, 8.
We should have stayed on the ship.
25 points of damage.
Oh, God. Please drag me back when you go. Oh, my God.
Somebody grab Jade on the way back.
Now, let's see. Now that one's got a recharge on it, so
On the plus side,
Was that this guy that just did that?
yes, that was that guy.
on the
Can they
plus
all do
side,
that, or is it just that guy?
He looks just like the rest of them.
God damn it.
So I mean, mark him as having used his I almost said breath weapon. Now, so he's used his photon beam, so they're not that tough. It's just something all these synthetics can do.
and I'd like to point out that Jade did manage to top what Francis did, but in the bad way.
She did the reverse of what Francis did. They're balancing each other.
He's cursed. He steals all my luck. I'm sorry.
You joke, but whenever I'm using my own roller, I've been doing crap. So I think I might actually be siphoning your luck into my rolls, and I need to move slightly farther away from you because that's murder in your eyes.
We're fixing your computer.
Alright, so the troops up to the top of the map now. Oh, let's see here. They see their boss getting the worst of it. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Who it would take him 35 movement to get over the railing and back and down there, though. So instead, he would just run up to the railing and fire over it, thus negating Francis having any advantage against him.
I don't like that.
Yeah, well. First attack. Does an 18 hit?
Yes.
Alright. 7 points of damage. His second
I
attack
can take it.
misses. The one right here fires his photon beam.
And dies.
So it is 30-foot line. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, he should have stepped forward. He's only going to hit Francis with it. Francis, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh! Did we just roll the same thing?
Yep.
Yes, we did.
The difference is Francis has got partial cover. He's got advantage.
Drop your tail and run.
So that means he got a 13. He needed an 11. He only takes half damage. So it's 18. He takes half of that. 9 points of damage.
Don't hurt me.
Now that's stuck in my head.
Alright.
No more.
This guy standing here is going to shoot at Jim.
That bastard.
Mark that guy for death.
Let's see. Go ahead and roll both of his attacks. You got a 13 and a 14. But Jim does not wear armor. Or if he does, well, he'd have like an armored, one of those, what do they call them, armored jackets or whatever. That's
Flight
like
suits, yeah.
Yeah.
that it's what, a +1, a +2?
Give me a second. I'm looking.
Let's see.
Flight suit or... Yeah, flight suit is a base AC of 11.
Okay. Okay, so only one of those shots hits him then. So that is 5 points of damage to old Jim. Francis, you hear Jim go, "Ah! I thought I was hiding behind you. How did he hit me?" I mean, no offense. You've got the armor.
Yeah.
Alright, that was those two. And the last two are just going to shoot at Francis from where they're standing. So, first shot from the first one. Misses because of the disadvantage. Second shot. Misses because of the disadvantage. Other guy. Misses. And misses.
Woo!
They are not good at disadvantage when at disadvantage. And Kat, your go.
She is gonna move right here and shoot this guy flat in the face or facial area.
Okay.
Somewhere in the face hole.
16.
Alright, a 16 is in fact going to hit him.
Not able to do any sneak attack or anything on him at this point, but 11 damage is nice. I'll take that.
Will you? Will you take that? Alright, point to
I'll
which one it
take
was
that.
again.
The guy that did the
Photon. Okay.
proton.
The one that doesn't have, that wouldn't have advantage, or wouldn't put you at disadvantage. Gotcha. Alright,
Yeah.
so minus 11. Alright, you can tell he's taking some damage. And then it is Hull's turn.
Checking here.
She was actually going to use the rest of her action to move, like, right up here.
Oh, right. I forgot all about the movement. Okay.
Now, I can use my strafing run again, however, that does take my action, is my attack action.
Alright, so you could move and use your strafing run, or let your strafing run go and do something else.
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
I could potentially hit these guys, or I can hit these guys back here for basically getting rid of some of the large chunk of the mooks.
Yeah,
But
they are mooks,
it's-
but they are getting a lot of shots, so...
Yeah.
That, wall of fire spell thingy stuff?
That's what he's talking about
this-
using.
Oh,
Yeah, this is... Yeah, instead of like a wall of fire, basically it's like a attack swarm that targets an area. I can pick a different area to target.
Yeah, usually a swarm of
But
these little drones flying around.
okay. I didn't know.
Okay. So regardless, if I shoot over here, really best I can do is hit. Hello.
Yeah, you could basically hit the three
I guess.
from the L that you hit before. You know. Or you could cut across straight, you know, from here to here. And hit these other three. As far as getting the maximum number of people.
And I can't twist it diagonally, can I? Because if I twisted it diagonally from like these two to here, I'd be able to get all four.
Yeah, except trying to get him and him, that's 15 feet. Because that's 3 squares, you don't get that much space. Yeah, the line spells, you pretty much can't do those diagonal. Or we'd have to find some weird pattern
Gotcha.
would be.
I'll hit the guys who have already hit by it.
Okay. And they were needing 14s?
Yes.
Alright. The last one up here takes full damage, the other two take half.
16 points of damage.
Alright, so let me go ahead and put his 16 in first. Ooh, that tore him up pretty good. And then that's 8 from these guys who had already had some damage. Well, some of them. Alright. Are you going to move anywhere, or are you going to stay where you're at?
I'm gonna move over here. Basically, I'm trying to draw attention from this guy. This way he doesn't just target Francis and Jim.
Alright.
And while I'm also on the subject, let's go back to the actual one. Because since that was my attack action, I can actually use my little zap ability. Basically, if I make an attack against something, I can do that one attack against somebody.
That did not require an attack roll. That was you using an Esper ability.
That is correct.
Now, you know, that was not an attack action, that was an Esper. Or in this case, it's concentrating. Alright, and then Adrian, who is down here with the ladies. What are you plotting?
I'm shenanigans. Going to here. Actually, no, he's going to come here. This guy that's hiding.
Okay.
Drop the obfuscation, activate his plasma blade, and try to kill him with it.
Ouch. Alright.
The thing that they never took away from him.
Because it's built into the gauntlet.
Yep.
Not a mistake they'll make next time.
That's assuming they survive. 23 to hit.
23 definitely hits.
God. Lowest possible damage, though.
I was about to say, I was expecting better.
Yeah, a 2, a 1, and a 1.
Well, plasma blades are rough.
Oh, I found it.
As
Do up
Francis-
to 18, did 4.
Yeah, you know. Alright. Now we're at the bottom of the order with Akihiko, who is at disadvantage to hit Francis, but is going to try to hit Francis regardless. It's the...
This is one.
Alright. He is using a plasma long blade. He can make 3 attacks with it.
Not a fan.
He is using it two-handed. Alright, so first attack. Is a 12. So that whiffs. Second attack is a 25. He rolled a 19 and a 20 on the dice.
That's not fair.
On the other hand, it wasn't a crit.
Yes,
Yeah,
it would have been a
I
crit
had
otherwise. Alright,
Yeah.
so...
Always look on the bright side of death.
Wow, that's doing as much damage as the proton beam. Yowza. One, 2, 3, 4. 5 points of damage. Wasn't quite minimum, but he was trying. And then his third attack. Does a 15 hit Francis?
No, you just missed.
Okay. I knew he was floating around the 15 or 16. I couldn't remember for sure.
You were one shy.
So he whiffed pretty good one time. Then he nails you. And then you just manage to get your snout out of the way as he comes down again. You're pretty sure he's still blind, but... You're also pretty sure you don't really want to fight him when he can see.
So I'm going to try and kill him this round. Show off.
Oops. Come on now, what is this thing? Alright. Francis, it is your turn.
22.
That's a hit.
Rolling for damage. 8. And I'm burning my last stunt die for another flash burst. 12 damage.
Alright, he looks like he is hanging on to life by his fingernails.
Then let this be the final nail in his coffin.
That's a hit.
Nope.
That's a crit, isn't it?
He has a plus 9, I
19.
believe.
Isn't that critical? No.
Now, usually if you roll a 20, they usually make the number green.
Yeah.
And if you roll a 1, they make
Okay.
it red so you can tell at a glance.
19 was counted, but I think that's something else. Yeah, it's a different system. Certain level, you get a crit at a lower range.
That's for a specific subclass of fighter.
Yeah.
Here, I think, in this case.
Alright, so roll your damage. Oh, wait, no, that's the 7 is your damage. Hang on. He goes down. Them last couple of shots just punch through the armor. He lets go of the shots, just punch through the armor. He lets go of the sword. And he kind of falls back.
I take the sword if I can.
It would take an action.
Alright.
You still have a move action.
No. In 5th edition, they don't really define it as move actions. He can't pick it up with his move. Though he can move if he wants to.
Honestly, I don't want to make Jim a bigger target than he already is. Then again, I did just murder their boss, but...
You'd either have cover there, or you'd be out in the middle of the...
Yeah, it's...
You draw their attention. If you made yourself an easier target, they probably wouldn't shoot at Jim.
Yeah, but... I don't have that many hit points left. So I think I'll stick with being here.
Okay. Man, my big bad did not stand up very long. Jade, you're up.
I mean, here's that. Should I move first or do my... Yeah, first? Do we do that thing first? That's helpful. Can I fit over here? This little crevice.
Move your miniature where you're talking about.
Right there. That little hallway thing.
Trying to figure out what that's supposed to be, even.
Well, I mean... I'm just looking for cover.
Well, right here would give you some cover.
What about right here?
Well, from the guys up here. I guess the guys down here
Well,
that you're
I mean-
actually engaged in, yeah, that'd be a little more difficult. You could always drop on this side of the stairs.
Yeah, I guess I'll do that. Cover from everybody. Okay. I am now going to use my second lens ability. Blah, blah, blah. Roll a d10 and my water level. That's how much I read.
She's going to heal herself with second wind.
Yeah, I got you. Roll the dice.
So 11 points.
Oh, not bad.
Mm.
Then it is Jim's turn. Let's see. He uses his action to pick up the plasma sword.
You're a bro, Jim.
You're not getting it back.
It's going in his trophy room. He totally killed the cyborg samurai. Or the power armor samurai. Or whatever was going
I'll
on.
tell the guys at the bar anyway. And he double moves and wedges himself in this corner here. No, I got a better idea. No, he's already used his action though, so he couldn't do the stealth thing. So yeah, he basically runs around, following the edge of this thing to give himself some cover. And then it is the trooper's turn. Oops. I had the visible map in the wrong area. Too many screens to keep up with. Oh well. So yeah, so Jim moves there. The troopers go. The one by Adrian. Let's see. He drops his pistol and pulls his warblade and takes a swing. Does a 19 hit you? Adrian.
Yes.
7 plus. So that's 9 points of damage. Then his second attack misses badly. Let's see, this guy here, let me roll to see if his photon beam has recharged. It has not. So I will leave the red dot on him. Let's see. Did Cat shoot him last round?
Cat shot proton dude, yeah.
Okay. He's going to move down this way. After I've readjusted Cambot's map. Alright, now he's going to walk down this way. Basically a full move down that way, he's going to shoot a cat. Missed with his first shot. Does a 17 hit you?
Yes, and uncanny dodge.
Wait, excuse me,
as
16. I was looking at the Warblade.
Meets it, beats it.
Okay, so yeah, hits either way. 5 points of damage.
Okay, and she's just still going to use her uncanny dodge because she can use it as a reaction to have the.
Now the uncanny dodge, is that the one?
Starting at 5th level, when an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to have the attack's damage against you.
Okay. Alright, so that is...
She doesn't get any other reaction until her next turn comes around. But
Alright, so back up here to these guys on top. This guy uses his movement to jump over the fencing and land here. Takes 2 shots at Francis.
Whiff.
Got a 9 on the first one.
better.
It's and a 23 on the second one.
Are you sure it's a 23?
It was a 19 on the dice, so I'm pretty sure yes.
Again, it's still not a crit. So feel lucky.
10 points of damage.
Yeah.
It was at least max damage.
And me without a second wind.
Let's see. This guy just steps up to the edge and tries to shoot Jim. Let's see. A 2 on that dice and a 7 on that dice. So that misses. These two run up to the edge and take both. They're both going to shoot at Hull. They may have figured out and deduced where that attack swarm is coming from. So the first one's taking his 2 attacks. 3 on that dice, but a 20 on that one. So it's a crit. There's at least that. 4, 5, 6. 9 points of damage. And the other one takes a shot. His shots at Hull. And an 11's the highest he rolls.
That does not hit me.
No, it does not. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And this one runs up to the edge. He's going to hop down with his buddy, but that requires a double move, so he does not get to actually attack this round. And Kat, you're up.
She's gonna take a shot at Proton Beam Boy.
Okay.
Please note it's approaching 9 o'clock.
We're going to wrap up as soon as we get this round finished.
11 points.
Alright. Proton Boy is looking kind of rough. You don't think he can take another shot like that? You going to move anywhere, or?
She's gonna duck back around here to get some cover against.
Hull, you're up.
Okay, I will continue to move. And I will give Francis a chance to get out. I'll use my assault attack pattern on these two.
Okay.
So, give me...
Oh, that's right. They got to make that. Ooh, they will both take full damage.
14 points of damage each.
Alright, that's got him looking really rough. And, him looking equally rough. Well, no, think about he actually looks rougher. So this one right here looks near death's door. This guy looks pretty roughed up. And then Adrian will finish off the round and tonight's session. And he may be muted. Okay, 20 is definitely a hit.
Stab.
Maximum stab.
Like a murderous duck.
You take the plasma blade and you just run him through with it. And then are extremely surprised when you pull it out and he's still standing. 1 hit point left. He had 15, you just did 14 to him.
Can I, as a bonus action, twist it a little bit and get that 1 HP?
No, because that wouldn't be any fun.
Flick him in the nose.
Punch him in. Actually, you know what? Hold that thought.
Oh, God.
What have
Bonus
you got?
action, because all characters can do this 2-weapon fighting, I'm going to punch him in the face.
Does that not give... Let's see.
Using my free hands, because I only need 1 hand to use the plasma blade.
I see. Use a bonus action to attack with a different light weapon that you're holding in your other hand. You don't add the ability modifier to the damage of the bonus attack unless the modifier is negative.
This would just be a straight, like, unarmed attack, so with my strength of 0, it would be 1 damage if I hit.
Let's see. Yeah, go ahead. You're wearing gauntlets, so.
But I natural 1. So no.
Bruise your knuckle.
In your frustration, you lash out at him, but you swing kind of wide. You're not sure if he ducks out of the way or if he's just wobbling. But it means he will, in all likelihood, get at least 1 more shot at him. So this is where we're going to wrap for the evening. You know, it's not my favorite thing to do that in combat, but yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have thrown so many guys down there. Oh well. I like
Everyone
to challenge you.
Everyone remember to mark your HP.
Oh yes, yes.
It's such a tragedy it would be if I maybe gained if you accidentally hit.
I'll keep an eye on her.
Please do. Let's see. All my guys had their pet pogs marked with their HP, so that won't be an issue for me. So anyway, thank everybody that swung by, checked us out. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope my players enjoyed it. Again, I've been your DM for the evening, Jason. Playing with me has been Sarah playing Kat, Anna playing Jade, Zach playing Francis, Patrick playing Hull, and Eric playing Adrian. Come back tomorrow night for the showcase. We'll continue to run Icons, where I'll be running that one. Thursday night will be Maddie running her Curse of Strahd, and then we have the weekend off and back on Monday with Escorts, the new D&D campaign that Captain Sack is running. Let's see. I feel like there's something else I should mention. Oh, right. Ship maps. All the ship maps we've been using are by 0 Hour. That's 0-hr.com. They're not technically a sponsor, but they were gracious enough to give me permission to use the maps. So if you like the look of them, if you like any of the miniatures that I keep holding up, ship miniatures, that's from them. I highly recommend you check them out. So until next time, we will see you later.
Bye-bye.
Later.
Catch you later.